Hello again and welcome back to Let's Play Imperator Rome as Magna Graecia. I hope everybody is doing splendid this evening. I had a relatively complicated day, so I'm eager to uncomplicate things with a bit of simple gameplay, and I am afraid this will be a little bit slower an episode perhaps, because we have to wrap up this war, spend some money, and then strategically shift all the forces to wherever our next target is, and that can take some time. So, without further ado though, we'd probably better get going. There was quite a bit I actually wanted to do, and I've probably forgotten half of it already, so do forgive me. We'll dive in though by actually first making sure that we have some trade routes up, because I do know there are some that are lacking. I am going to get some incense in that province, since I know we've got some nobles there. I'm going to see if I can get something for citizens in this province. I cannot, so we'll just get something for freemen then. That is fine. Anybody except Egypt, just to reduce our reliance on them. I'm also going to take a look here, yep, here as well. And again, we will just look at something for then the... it looks like we haven't got a lot of choices. It looks like it's going to be Egypt. Nope, there we go. Something for the freemen again there as well. And here also we are really running out of options. So let's do something in this province for, yeah, their food is fine. Though I do have to start thinking about food a little bit more, to be honest. Tell you what, let's just import some food for them. Why not? Anything more valuable? No. Oh, they don't have salt here, do they? They do. So let's just get them some grain. Why not? Gets us money, that is the most important thing. Now I won't scan around for all the other possible trade opportunities, and I'm sure there are some because, you know, it just gets dull. I also want to build myself 2 more ships here. 2 more Titras here, and oh, I thought I could build one here. Oh, it doesn't have wood. Why doesn't it have wood? Well, sure it does. Must just be that the AI needs a month to update, so I'm just gonna let it tick ahead. It's only 3 days. What's the worst can happen in 3 days? There we go. Hopefully that helps. Yep, there we go. I'm gonna have to really make sure at least I always stop the game towards the end of the month so it updates quickly when you restart. Alright, there we go. Now, next thing I wanted to do was spend our innovation points. And my plan here, though I don't like to do military stuff because I'm a peaceful guy, is to take some military innovations here. We'll get a free provincial investment out of that, which is going to be useful as well. Some extra starting experience out of that, excellent as well. And discipline, which we are going to need. There we go. Because we've just really neglected this tree. We haven't even opened it until now. We've got some siege abilities and such here, but that tree, haven't even touched it. And I think it's about time because we have to start hitting above our weight. There we go. All right, now we can start thinking about the peace deal. And for the peace deal, I'm going to start by just transferring this province here over to Ancona. And my plan is, in the long term, to give all of this to Ancona, these 3 provinces, just because I like the border. The idea of having a buffer state that's actually really a buffer state just seems kind of nice and fun. Who knows, maybe a little bit of port somewhere down here, that would be useful for us. And to keep Rome, actually. And the reason I'm going to keep Rome is because I want the bonuses from Jupiter, from the temple there. Increase to our omen power, definitely beneficial. I also need to take Rome if I'm going to sack Rome. And I want to also get the treasures that they have here. Tomb of Romulus can't be moved, but I can get the Manilius stones. And I want those also. So we have no choice. We have to take Rome, and we will be reducing it to a settlement when we take it. That is all that we have to decide then in that regard. So we can get that peace deal sorted. Super peace. You get that, we'll take that, and what I'm going to do with Rome is just make them a tributary. And maybe that works out well, maybe it doesn't. I'll even have them liberate that province just for the hell of it. They'll probably get eaten by somebody, but who knows. They may be rebellious right away. They may just decide that they're going to revoke the tributary status once the truce is up. It's all right, though. We'll get some resources out of them for a while, and then we'll worry about what to do with them again later. I can't have them release any other nations other than just this one tiny one, because everybody else already exists, including Veneto. So that's a shame, but so it is. There we go. Peace is made. Maybe not the ideal peace, but it's the one I wanted, so we'll live with it. Because I wanted to take out some aggression on some Roman citizens. The city of Rome has finally fallen to our troops and is now in our hands. The city was the home and center of the budding Roman Republic, known for their ruthless and impressive war prowess. Rapidly expanding outwards from their home, they became a major player in the politics of the peninsula and started interacting with the nations all across the Mediterranean. So what shall we do with this city now that it is under our control? Leave them to their own devices? Take some of the greatest artifacts back to our capital, or sack the city, leave nothing of value behind. And we shall do this. It will give us a morale of armies and manpower bonus for 10 years. We'll gain 950 gold, and we're going to get some prominence, don't really need it. Local population won't be happy. In fact, a third of them will die, but that is all right. There we go. Peace deal is made. Rome is now a settlement. Yay. They can import some stuff, though. That might change, though, pretty soon. So we'll leave that. What I immediately want to do, then, is actually move the mana stones down here. We'll have it go into local population growth. We also got to get this statue up in this area as well. But we'll start with this. Get the population capacity up, because that will benefit both Syracuse and Akragas quite a bit. While we're down here, we'll take a look at Akragas. They are going to need, even with that, because of the slaving, they are going to need another aqueduct. And their population ratio, they are only at 19% for citizens. They can go up to 27, so it is okay. However, dynamics will change there quickly, so let's plan ahead. Let's get that aqueduct up, and in the longer term, get another court of law up for them. There we go, spend a bit of money there. I also realized that there is no marketplace there, so I'm going to get that up also. And I wanted in the new up-and-coming city first to make another religious endowment. And I realized that it's best to use these in your capital. I probably should have just spent the 800 gold in this province rather than the 4 religious endowments. But, oh well, too late now. That should be 3 out of the 4, so we're getting closer. In this city, because this will be noble heavy, I was thinking about building an academy to keep them up. Let me see. Yes, we definitely want to, because they're going to be getting another few nobles when this is done. So we don't want the noble ratio to be lower. So let's get that done also. And the rest of the money I'm going to hold on to for just a moment, because we are going to want to spend a little bit of it on some things. I do want to show you here that Sardinia is finally kind of recovering their loyalty. That's a plus for us. All right. With that being done, I can get these guys out. Oh, no, not. I'll merge them up just for simplicity's sakes, then get them out. The levies, on the other hand, can get disbanded for now. And then we can start the clock rolling. I want to keep an eye on these guys. Okay, our aggressive expansion is not helping there in wooing these people to become... yes, we do actually have to revoke the guarantee there. I also have to start getting rid of the provinces for our feudatory. So let's sell you a territory. Start with the first one. It's going to take a while to work our way over there, so that'll get them started though. And we can start getting some trade done there. Alright, now I just want the Navy to get into position. Make sure I'm sitting up properly here. The Seleucids want to trade with us, huh? Bountiful harvest. So this is the stability or money. I'm going to take the stability, even though it's degrading. Let's keep it higher for a little bit longer. It's degrading pretty quick because of the aggressive expansion. All right, that's something that we have to deal with. We'll get on it. Not going to do anything with that stability. I'm just going to enjoy the fact that we have higher stability for a little while. Great. Some of our citizens have left Anopran to settle down in our vassal Dekitia's settlement of Matova. As they get used to our ways and learn from our citizens, we hope that they will be able to advance and become more civilized. Ooh, we lost 2 citizens again. Yay, I guess. Alright. That's fine. I did actually notice something. They want to import iron. Okay. I did notice that Veneto is now giving us tribute, which means they have civilized. They are no longer a tribal vassal. I'm going to make this trade with Rome because it will make them like us a tiny bit better. Oh, I wasn't even moving my ships down. Let's get those ships down here. And while we are at that, we can probably do some other things too. Like, take a look at the armies over here. Etruria wants to trade. No. Like, what I want to think about is sending a reconnaissance force over here, but we'll get the fleet over here soon enough. They have canceled the right of military access. Are they at peace now? They are. As is the Antediluvian Kingdom. That is rather a shame. Kind of hoping to target them very soon, but we'll have to think about it. What I will do also is I'm going to get a claim up on... Ooh, the province of Cyprus. I don't really want war with Egypt, but I also don't want them converting Cyprus away from Hellenic now that they have it in their possession. Alright, fleet, get down there. I really want to strike at the Antediluvians, but they have so many troops bumming around. I mean, I probably need mercenaries. No longer importing leather. Alright then, we'd probably better import more leather. And let's just get it from Egypt, it's reliable. Maybe we can't declare war against Egypt. Who disappeared? I should have probably paid more attention, but it's alright. I know it said we still had the leather bonus, but it probably just hadn't updated. Alright, the fleet is ready. This ship is supposed to go down and join their buddies down here, though. The rest of the fleet, if I can somehow select it, can get split up. We can take her then, send her over for a quick slaving raid so we can get our capital up to 80. Very close. Good, look at that ratio, that's nice. Cult sanction, that means we have the extra building slot in the city over there. Alright. And while the ships are moving, tributary payment. Right? Who are they? Oh yes, these fellows, they still like us. Oh, surely if they want to send their funds our way, we could not possibly say no. 16 gold? Alright, we like you guys better already. We're so glad that we forced you into subjugation. Alright, so what I wanted to do, if we can, without getting too interrupted as well, is boost my legion up. Just a little bit. I want 2 more of them, and 2 more archers. Oh, I'm going to need 3 more archers for balance though. Confirmed changes? We have plenty of money, we can afford this. Alright, tribal chief offers friendship. Where? Not that it matters. I mean, never really hurts. His popularity is already so high, we don't really need a little 5 popularity boost. And keeping our subjects happy is always good. Merge this heavy fleet up, and I want to actually move them over here. Some more forces. They're not really the best fleet in the world for reconnaissance, so I'm just going to dock them. The other fleet will go do some reconnaissance when they are ready. Alright, so they are now how large? 25. But only 24 combat units. Even when you take out the engineers, actually only 22 are combat units. Should I increase their size even further so that we have nice professional forces? Like, I'm thinking maybe some extra heavy cav on the flanks to take out the light cav that anybody else is likely to have on their flanks, such as them. I know it's expensive though, but we are, again, we're doing fine financially, and if we don't have to rely on levies quite as much, then we can do other things with those forces. All right, I'm going to say no. Yeah, instead, why is your composition like that? Shouldn't have they had... Oh, did I accidentally... No, no. Oh, it's 8, 8. Okay. But I thought the composition looked off there for a moment on one of the screens, but I must have been mistaken. It's all right. I would maybe then say let's actually stay away from worrying about our flanks and build up the center even more. Balancing these out to 10, 10 exactly. That should, yeah, be enough for most then combat widths. Another Euro. Yep, I like this idea. I want to shift to a professional force in our main region. There we go. That makes me comfortable. All right. In addition to that, then, this fleet is... Actually, no. This fleet is going to go up here. I've changed my mind. This fleet is going to go up here. There we go. How are we doing on time? Plenty of time. All right. Oh, wow. Macedon. They must have gotten that peacefully, not in a war. All right. Now is the time to do something about that. Jeez. That changes the geopolitical situation quite a bit. Alright, was not ready for that in this episode, but, you know, well, you gotta adapt a little bit. Let's get those legions up and start marching them south. I mean, there is no hurry, I guess, but, yeah, let's do it now. At least get it going before the end of the episode. I'm not totally on my normal alert self right this episode, so I'm not sure I want to dive into too many risky tactical maneuvers, but we can at least get going. This isn't going to be nearly as challenging. Sorry, you know, you don't get to see the very challenging war that you probably wanted. All right, let's get the clock rolling then. I actually don't know. I've never checked. Do our relations negatively affected? No, if you slave raid, apparently not, because otherwise the Antagonids would be upset at us. Huh. Yeah, all right. I was a little bit hesitant to go raiding on the them. Then tell you what though, I'm gonna do it up here anyways. There's a lot of ports up here, and I don't see a lot of forts. Well, that might be 10 fort levels. Yeah, 2. All right, let's. I'm guessing every capital here is a level 2 fort. Yep. So that's probably going to be 10 fort levels. We probably don't want to do that then. We'll stick to Macedon. They're a competing power now anyways, so our ideas of friendship with them, probably a thing of the past. We'll see. We definitely got to get these forces moving, though. So this fleet is going up here. They're going to pick up all of the legions. Pirates. We'll worry about... Maybe we're going to start clearing out those... Aetolia, yes, I definitely want to trade with you. You guys can start embarking. Yeah, you know, get some food supplies up. Legal chicanery. All right. Oh, another brazen display of ineptitude. Challenge the ownership of a holding belonging to our king. Our time is valuable, or we gain 5 more stability. Oh gosh, I'll take the stability then. I will then have to pause. That is high enough to actually do something, but I had not had any laws in mind, and we actually can't really do any other than King of Kings, which is, no, not something we want. Not something important there either. I could switch back to that, but there's also no real reason. I'm trying to just look for ways to spend my stability. I had been thinking about changing religion deities here because we have some new temples. Unfortunately, none of them are really we own a bunch down here, and we'd have to like start getting treasures to put in them. And I hadn't really had a chance to think about which one was the most beneficial. There may be one in here I can't check. In here, there are also a few, like Dip Rep and Monthly Tyranny, Popularity Gain, and Civilization Change. Useful, but we're probably high on Civilization. Monthly Ruling Popularity and Aggressive Expansion. Gosh, I hadn't been ready to make this decision without your guys' support. Maybe I'm just going to have to pass up on this, exploiting this population growth. I'm never going to activate it for population growth. That's the only other temple we have. And there we have no temple from that. We won't want to switch away from Heracles anyways. Stability change always going up, though, is always a plus. I tell you what, I'm just going to leave it like that then. We're just going to enjoy the high stability for a while. Hey, you know, that's a rarity. Sorry for the pause. Raising a host. So Stratos, the Numidian Nikid, in his capacity as general, has begun using his personal funds to augment the size of his assigned army. Again, we are unsure whether to applaud his initiative or worry over his intentions. Nonsense, he's doing a great job. He is getting more elderly, so I'm not as concerned about keeping him in line. But maybe I should be. How many loyal cohorts does he have now? 11, that's alright. We're going to keep this force split quite often. In fact, I'll even split it now, just for the hell of it. And that way, Theoxina is in charge of the troops, and she can do bottleneck? Yeah, that looks good to me. Yep, I think that is fine. In fact, I'm going to switch him to it as well, just in case he hasn't. Yeah, he hasn't. All right, and then there we go. As soon as they get down here, we will get the rest of the troops moved over. They are supposed to be going on a slave raid. There we go. Now I want to check. Are they upset at us? No. Just the aggressive expansion hit that hits you all generally then. I guess I've got enough sight there, but I'll send them in there to check out what's going on. I get all of these guys loaded up since these ships... the ships are not enough. I'm going to have to send down a few of these guys then. Probably only 4 or so will do. I don't like splitting up my fleets like this. That should be sufficient. Then, we'll hope. New military structure. It seems Gorgos has really taken his job as a general. Oh, good. He's not a good farmer, but he's a good general. He has started reworking the whole infrastructure of the troops assigned to him. However, with these changes, we have started seeing a lot of officers and troops who are loyal to the general over Magna Graecia. Well, he knows best. That is fine. Yeah, he's also... I trust him. He's 93% loyal. Why wouldn't I trust him? Should have done the math on those ships sooner and gotten my heavy fleet more ready to support these legions. There we go. That's enough to embark them at least. Now I can get them all over to here. Yeah, that looks like what we're going to want to do. Is Athens still loyal? They are. Are you still loyal? Yeah. But gotta watch out for that. They can still raise, you know, annoying number of troops spur of the moment. All right, we want to get the other levy up from the capital region. And then tell them also to embark. Get that fleet to drop them also in the same location, more or less. Yeah, then I'll have to get the Navy around and deal with that issue. All right, I actually also had a plan. They dislike us so much now, but I'm going to start improving relations with them because I don't think they're worth the political influence to take that province. I'd rather make them a feudatory and annex them. All right, we're going to do one more thing down here now as well. We are going to make it a metropolis. That will cost us 400 gold and 100 political influence, so that takes a bit of our money up right there. That's all right, though. We have nothing better to do with that money other than build one more library here, which I'm going to do as well. Because this city is just so overly populated with nobles and everything. I think, you know, the city's going to kind of just stay, nobles and citizens, it's going to stay the way it is. We can, however, get another mill up here, I believe. All right, yeah, mills can be more in one territory. Foundries can only be one in a territory. So the things you got to keep in mind. And that will, that should not mess with our ratios too much. I'll check in between games to make sure, but we're going to be getting some more slaves here as the wars progress. Already at 26. All right. That's going well then. I was supposed to sell you more provinces. Sorry, buds. Want it? Will you pay us for it? Not even a euro. Nope. All right. Oh. And what that should do, I think, almost. I was hoping that would, well, it may by the end of the month. Let's see how the end of the month tick changes this. Nope, still not loyal, but that's fine. Oh, how's your province doing? Your province is also losing loyalty, so it's important to keep that in mind. I don't want to totally destroy them. I'm hoping they integrate the Romans, though. They have not integrated any other pop that I can tell. And you can tell that, annoyingly, by going into their cities and then looking at their pops, and then kind of going down and going, are they integrated? Are they integrated? And, you know, as you can see, unintegrated. Only one, when I was checking earlier, was integrated. I did check Carthage, though, and they did actually have 3 integrated pops. 3, there we go. So that was why they were able to raise such a big army. One of them was one of the big groups here, and this group as well they've integrated, which is actually rather surprising. All right, sorry, a little bit of a distraction. Is our navy underway? It is. I'm still really wondering exactly what happened there. I wish I would have gotten some sort of notification. Okay, I do not see a lot of other forces hanging around, which is good, I guess. Let's get them back around then. Still a little bit nervous about just diving in head first, but right. All right, all the troops have almost arrived. There we go. Not quite, but close. So let's get the rest of the fleet also over here. And once the fleet is in better, we are no longer importing grain. Go to location. This was just a filler thing anyways, but let's see if we can import something else. Base metals. From you, sure. There we go. That, yeah, that must have been from this little war down here. Oh, you liking us? Are you willing to become a client? No. Or a tribute? No. I think a gift also is not going to quite do it. An alliance would, though. Yes, I bet you it would. And then they can shift over to tributary. Probably. We're going to have to check. It's always worked in the past a little bit, but, you know, this time we'll see. It can be very sensitive to the, you know, exactly what are you moving them from ally to tribute, from ally to feudatory. So, yep, they would become a tribute. There we go. We're gonna make them a tributary. You know, get some extra cash rolling in is always good, and it will keep them safe. There you go, guys. You're happier under our protection. So it was actually kind of good that Utica took all of that, you know, made them manageable so that we could secure them as a tributary. There are more I wanted too. I actually wanted them, but they had a big rebellion going on, and they still do. So it doesn't do a lot of good to work on them. I did also want to actually get on these guys again. That's going to be forever, but we're going to try again. We totally forgot about them last time. And so, well, we didn't forget about them. They got in a war, then they got in another war, and then we forgot about them. And it was impossible to make them feudatory while they were at war. So we're going to try to, again, improve relations with them. Because, again, I don't want to spend 25 political influence on that. I know this is the war goal, the forts, but I actually want us to be in position for taking out their army first. Seriously. Definitely. And we're going to have to be careful because they might have some support here or somewhere. And our general, our ruler, can try to focus on undefended cities once we get to that. All right, fleet is almost in position. I do want it in position, though. We don't need to put them in bay, though. There we go. Fleet is in position. Trade offer from them. Yes, that's always good. There we go. So I want to first deselect you, merge you back up, then reorganize the fleets and take out what? I wanted to move 2 of these over anyways, and then all of these go back over. All right, that looks appropriate, I think. 1 massive fleet and 1 heavy fleet. I would love to immediately dive my forces up there, actually. But I'll think about it. Let's get naval supremacy first, if we can find their fleet, that is. In fact, given the size of this fleet, I wonder how big their fleet is now. if it's gone down. No, it is still massive. I hope it's not over here, but if it is, we'll find out. We will move them together. The other one will always be a little bit behind. Try to keep an eye on them. I'm guessing they must have their fleet up here somewhere. I don't want to split up my forces and try to find it. They could get crushed if they've got their whole fleet together. We're already outnumbered a little bit, so we got to be careful and just try to take their fleet bit by bit. But I think they'll separate it up. All right. Troops are almost in position. The other guy can come in, the general. The king can also come in and back them up there. All right, we should be able to take that battle. Oh, there is their fleet. Ah! Stop, guys. Where are you headed? They've even got troops. All right, we're going to have to sit for a second. I want to hopefully see if I can intercept these guys. Go faster. I wish I had gotten that naval movement speed now. Oh, what is this? This doesn't look good. All right, it's okay. What are the Egyptians doing up here? They're not at war with anybody. All right, come on, catch them. Oh, that's good timing. Discipline. Yay. All right, I think that they're just going to head up here, and they're probably going to turn around once they drop their troops. So we should be maybe okay with that. Come on, get up in there. There we go. Stop. All right. We should be able to take that fleet. Yeah, probably. I think so. Hope so. And then the main army should take that. All right, let's get this war going as a promise to you. But then I'm going to have to wrap up the episode, actually. So I'm just doing this as a promise to you. Look, here's how our first strike went. It's all right. And then we will conclude the episode. Goal, take Achaia. Yes. Quite a few vassals, as you can see. So we are at a little bit of a risk, but it'll be fine. There we go. We have lost earthenware. Let's get that re-imported from someone. There's lots of earthenware floating around. Oh, Macedonia, you'll do, yeah. Might have to remember to get another one in the next month. Let's move our troops in here. Now, I've already checked everybody's things. Still the same, still the same. Yeah. Do I have any other forces here? The Levy of Italia is here as well. He's not better militarily. He's okay, though. I better, just in case, move him over also. I know it doesn't look like it's appropriate, but I'm moving him over to that also. Just to be ready. He's got a weird force structure. He'll be fine. I can also actually now call up the levies in Greece to help support some operations down here. Yeah, that'll do fine. Don't want to send them someplace too peculiar, of course. They can probably then run on down here, and maybe they can even start getting to work on the siege with some assistance of our allies. All right, you guys march on in. There we go. All right, the fleet there was, of course, successful. They lost 17 ships. Probably could have changed my tactics to something more aggressive even. I should probably check their repair status, but it wouldn't do a lot of good because I don't have a repair yard capable of doing much over here anyways. Gotta do something about that in the future. All right, but we'll get them over here then and start doing some hunting a little bit. And also, we may need them. Yeah, we're going to need them up in here to help on that fort. Probably actually want to get rid of the heavies. The heavy fleet looks a little bit peculiar at the moment. Yes, because it acquired new ships from the battle. They can come in here because they're going to have to help blockade this port. So we're not going to be going on any naval escapades quite yet. The fleet should be able to handle themselves on their own for a little while. We do want to get up here, though, and get a lot of slaves up there when we get the chance. All right, let's see how this battle goes. It should be fine, but I'm expecting them to get reinforcements ASAP. All right, good. The tortoise was the appropriate strategy. I had thought about that in case you were curious, because I noticed that their forces are like all heavy. So, you know, there was more than a passing thought. There we go. Indomitable, the sturdiness and unwavering resolve of Theoxina Elude have become things of legend. We are beginning to think that nothing can break her. Yay. Fascinating. She becomes steadfast. What will that do? Steadfast, so heavy infantry discipline. Oh, she's going to be great. Live forever, please. Yep, that was a good battle then. I was expected, though, of course. We can conclude then here. I'm not going to leave all the troops sitting there. I'm going to figure out where to deploy them to in different ways. Do they have somebody here? They do have a little force here, so I've got to keep an eye out for that. And we will be fighting also Athens. We've got to keep that in mind. So the naval forces might have to be recalculated a little bit. I'm going to have to do even a little bit of a naval building spree pretty soon, because anytime they've got all these vassals, it's going to be a little bit of an annoyance. Okay, let's wrap up. Yep, I wanted to get that started, though, so that you guys had the commitment of see, he won the first battle, and he's got the war going. It's going fine. He didn't get stack wiped right when he crossed the border by, you know, a surprise stack. I think this will be easier than we expected, so given the unexpected turn of Macedon's fortunes. It may be that we should think about just making them into an ally in the future, but, you know, probably not. Well, let me know what you think about that. Should we get rid of our last province here? Let me know what you think about that, too, or do you think I should just keep that one for myself? I don't think so, but, you know, maybe you have different opinions. Oh, yeah, they got great loyalty there. Huh, interesting. I wonder if they've reintegrated. Oh, their governor is just so loyal that their province loyalty is stupendous. Good job, Ancona. All right. Thank you for joining me. I hope you were at least entertained by my peace deal with Rome, even if you did not agree with it. We did pick up another tributary, which is excellent down there as well. And I want to get more of them if we can keep that aggressive expansion from getting too high. Our capital is getting even bigger and is becoming a metropole here as we speak. Then we can get some more treasures into the temples there and really start making this home province one worthy of the history books. In the next episode, we'll continue the now greatly simplified war against the Antinigid Kingdom. Won't take a lot of land, but we want the strategic provinces here, maybe give our subjects some things, and make Athens our subject as well, so that we can complete the feudatory wall of northern Greece. Take care of yourselves then until the next time we see each other. I wish you all the best, and ciao.